Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We have an unboxing video for you today of something which has just arrived, despite the problems that the U.S. Postal Service is having right now, which I won't go into because you all know about it if you're in the USA already. The new item is for King and Country. This is the latest for Advanced Squad Leader from Multiman Publishing, and what it is it's a new edition of their revision of the British expansion for ASL. This is I believe the third printing of For King and Country, and originally this replaced the original ASL module from Avalon Hill west of Alamein. Now that module did include the desert stuff, which is not included here. We've been promised that that will make its reappearance along with the new Italian module, which was supposed to be ready for Winter Offensive. Winter Offensive has, of course, been canceled, so I don't know if that will prove to be the case or not. But in the meantime, we have For King and Country with us right here. So let's open her up and see what we got. This spent an extra several weeks in transit. And this is in the big ASL 3-incher, which is nice, but I don't really care about 3-inch boxes here because I don't store ASL inside the boxes. And I don't know of, I won't say nobody does, but relatively few ASL players do. All right, so we're going to have quite a bit of stuff here. So we have, first of all, if I can get it out of the box, we have the components card. 1 box and a lid, 8 ASL maps, 5 counter sheets, 20 ASL scenarios, and British Chapter H. It's actually not bad. Doesn't sound like that much stuff. So this is Chapter H. This is the vehicle rules. It's really past time, I think, for Multiman to consider revisiting the way in which ASL materials are sold. I think this is the way Avalon Hill was doing it, basically, where they're including Chapter H in the modules. I think that's unnecessary and confusing, and it's unfortunate that it is still happening at this late date. But I do understand that changing it is something that should be done well and not in a half-assed way. So, British Vehicle Notes, we have what looks like 35 pages or so of notes on different vehicles and guns and so on and so forth, which you of course need if you are playing with any of those vehicles. Okay, so that's that. I have actually I'm probably not even going to be able to start organizing this anytime soon. All right, so we're into maps. We're at map 15 here, and this is a hill map. We have here map 32, which is a mostly woods map. Set the counter sheets aside for the moment. We have map 14, which is actually pretty cool. There's an airstrip on it. Of course, it's also nice to have the new counters because they have slightly larger print on them than the old counters did. And then this is the one with the little stream in the ravine. This is map number 13. The low-numbered maps, of course, were maps that originally appeared with the original squad leader, and these are definitely in that list. I want to say this was a GI Anvil of Victory map originally. I think so. I could be wrong. Small village map with some stone buildings and some paved roads. More stone buildings with unpaved roads. I guess I don't know if these are unpaved roads, but these are the nicer roads. And then we got some woods over here. It's actually kind of a cool map. And then the river maps. I always liked these. And these are this is map number 7. These have definitely been redone from back in the day. Larger river. I forget what the exact hex scale is in ASL. That is a fact I should know off the top of my head. With some islands in the middle of the river. And hopefully we'll get some scenarios that appear on this map as well. And then quite large building, quite large multi-story building, and some orchards surrounded by stone walls. So nice selection of maps here. I have my maps currently. I really should do a video on ASL storage. But the problem with that is that I'm not comfortable with my ASL storage. It's been a work in progress for years now, and it's going to continue to be for a while. Okay, we got a big stack of scenarios. It's always good to have a lot of scenarios, I think. All right, so we have 91 ad hoc at Lorraine's. This one is British and Germans in France in 1940. This is on a quite thick card. This is France in 1940, British and Germans. British and Germans on Crete, actually. That's pretty cool. Also on Crete, 1941. Descent into Hell, Crete, 1941. Calais, 1940. Mostly these are going to be British and German, I would think. All right, here we have Varaville in 1944. Langrune-sur-Mer in 1944. Probing Lay Force. Originally, some of these have notes on them. The scenario was originally issued as A43, which means it's one of the annual scenarios. A lot of times when they redo these, they'll include additional scenarios than they did last time. I believe this is, other than maybe the counters being slightly different, we'll take a look at those in a moment. And they're just slightly different, not really revised, just with slightly larger print. I believe this to be an identical reprint to the last printing, I think. Once again, Crete, Italy. Germans versus British, but Italy. Hermann Goering. So that's interesting. Here's the France in 1944, again in Varaville. And wait a minute. Ruh-roh, Raggy. This could be an issue. All right, we're going to have to investigate whether this is a problem. Maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. I don't know. So we should have 10 scenario cards. And we do, in fact, have 10 scenario cards. But one of them is a duplicate. So I guess I'm calling it. It sounds like I'm going to check it. It sounds like I might be giving my buddies at Multi-Banner a ring. So here we have France 1944. France 1944 near Cannes. This is Hill 112, actually, Hill of Death. That'd be an interesting scenario to play, actually. France 1944. France 44. This is Holland, west of Arnhem. Oh, cool. This is part of Operation Market Garden, board number 17. And this will also be part of Operation Market Garden. Part of the Irish Guards. Irish Guards versus King's Own Scottish Borderers. Those might be British Airborne, I'm not sure. And then here we have, once again, part of Operation Market Garden. And again, Operation Market Garden, which is awesome. That's awesome. So the only problem I see here, then, potentially anyway, is this situation where we have two of the same scenario card. So what I'll have to do is figure out which scenario card is missing and call Multi-Man up, and I'm sure they'll fix it. I just got to figure out which one is missing. So that is a bit of a boo-boo, but not the end of the world. And then there's a blank piece of paper in here. So putting all this away, right now, putting all this away means just sticking it back in a box. And then we'll look at counters. I'm going to put the problematic scenario on top there. All right, so what we have is 5 sheets of counters on the pretty thick Multi-Man brown course stock. Here is a sheet of vehicles and some miscellaneous markers and some voxels. Here are additional vehicles. Sheet 4 of 5. Okay. Including some bridge laying vehicles. That's pretty sweet. More vehicles. And then we're going to have 2 sheets with the single main counters and support weapons and stuff like that. So it's all over here. Concealment markers. like I said, the print on the new ASL counters from Multiman is just a little bit bigger. You kind of have to look for the difference. You wouldn't necessarily just spot it if you weren't familiar with the counters in detail. And then we got some artillery and stuff over here. So, cool. I've got an extra set of, I think, all but one of these sheets that I got from loose counters from Multiman. So, I am not going to ruin anybody's Christmas by calling about this right now. So we'll figure it out and send away for a repaired scenario pack, if indeed we're missing one. And I'm going to, since it says we should have 20 scenarios, then I'm going to assume that that is in fact the case. So for King and Country, minor hiccup aside, looks good. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It's a key part of the ASL collection, and while I have the old Avalon Hill British Order battle stuff, the new stuff's nicer because of the larger print. So I'm very happy to have for King and Country in the collection at last. I was unwilling to pay third-party aftermarket prices for it. So thanks for watching. Please, by all means, check out the Patreon and or the merch store linked in the video description if you would like to support this channel. Please like and share the video around if you would like to support this channel. That's an easy way for you to do it without necessarily spending any money. And don't be hesitant to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell icon to get notified when new content comes out. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Happy wargaming. I'll see you all next time.